is the aspect that we never really looked into. I was just giving you the general amount of sins. Wallahi, the amount of nudity our 10-year-olds and younger are seeing on the social media and on the phones is more than our elders and grandfathers and great-grandfathers have been exposed in their entire life. Within 1 minute, they're seeing things that our grandparents and great-grandparents never saw in their entire life. Just imagine that for a moment. And don't think that that is not going to affect the heart. Wallahi, it is affecting the heart at levels you couldn't imagine. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually mentions this in the Quran. And because Allah, the one who created your heart, knows exactly how it works. كَلَّا بَلْ رَانَ عَلَى قُلُوبِهِمْ مَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. That what they have done in their actions, slowly the heart is rusting over. There's this rust that grows on the heart. Don't think that every time you look, nothing's happening. I don't feel anything. There's something happening. This, as the Prophet talked about, the black mark that goes upon your heart every time you sin, until your heart is completely covered. Yes, this is another thing that we're seeing when it comes to social media, the exposure to the filth. Yeah. So what is the solution? I'll quickly get into the solution, inshallah. I'm about maybe so what is the solution when it comes to social media? And does this mean now, after everything we've talked about, that social media is haram and you cannot use it at all? Shaykh Islam gives a beautiful principle from the Sharia that we can use when it comes to when it comes to things of entertainment and so on. Of course, the asl, the default position is that it is permissible. But when does it become haram? Two things that we need to be careful. Number one, the social media that I'm using, the most important, is it explicitly haram? Am I listening to things that are clearly haram? Am I watching things that are clearly haram? If that's the case, then social media for you is haram. Delete it and get off it. Don't say, Ya Allah, astaghfirullah, and you still have that on your phone. That's not tawbah. And tawbah is badan. Tawbah is having azima. Is that you regret it and you have determination and you'll never go to it. Completely delete that. So number one, if you're explicitly thinking in haram content, then know that it is haram. The second thing is, has it reached the level of occupying? This is the one that affects the masses. Sometimes you say, I don't do any of this haram stuff, I don't watch haram things or anything like that. Look at my algorithms, you can see for yourself. But is it reaching a level where you're going hours on end that sometimes you will delay your salah, or pray off time, or miss jama'ah, or even you are coming short in your obligations towards your family? The wife towards her husband and her children, the husband towards his family and household. كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. Everyone is going to be asked about his health accountable. When you spend hours on end and you neglected your family, then this level becomes haram. So that's something to be wary of when it comes to this. Now, inshallah, very quickly, I want to give you 5 things, very quickly, that are practical steps of how you can have a solution to this epidemic. And I call it an epidemic, not from even a Shafi'i perspective. From a Shafi'i perspective, it's very clear. But even the non-Muslim experts, they call it an epidemic. What it does to your brain, they've treated it like it's a drug epidemic. And in fact, it's no surprise that the people who are behind these things, they talk about not giving it to their own children. Say, our own children, we don't allow them to have these devices. Whether it be them, the people who create the devices, or the people that created these social media apps. They don't give it to their own children because they know exactly what their phone is like, what it does to the brain. So number one, I would say is to check your algorithms, check your feed. Yeah? Who are you following? And the content, what is it doing to your heart? That is the most important thing. What is it that I'm consuming? Sit down and pause for a moment and think about what is it that's coming up on my screen. الرجل على دين خليل فلينظر أحدكم من يخالف. The man is upon the religion of the one who is close friend, the one who is always with. So look at to who you are. Look at the one who you befriend. Look at the one who you're following on on social media? Is it somebody that's going to bring you closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Or is somebody that's making you meanness of Allah? The second thing I would say is check your time, and Allah, this is very important. Now you have all these apps out there, trying to reduce your screen time, app limits, take off your notifications, all these different things. I'm not going to go through them now, you guys know better than me. They're all out there to be able to measure your time. And have also, number three, to go to number three, inshallah, to protect your day. Protect your day. What do I mean by that? Have times where there's no phone, there's no device, there's no social media. Especially as soon as you wake up, when you go to sleep. These are times of dhikr Allah. You wake up, your first concern should be, let me pray my salah, let me pray Fajr. After Fajr, let me do my adhkar, let me recite some of the Quran. Train yourself to keep away from those things as soon as you wake up. So that you have discipline. You decide when you open the screen. And that is why they say one of the biggest things to remove these notifications. Every time you get a notification, it's controlling when you I decide when I open this up. Yeah? So protect you, and also not only from a religious perspective, from an Islamic perspective, but also from the perspective of your families. Make sure as the father of the family that the time that we eat our food, no phones on the table, no phones at the sofa. Everybody sits down without any of these devices. Have a protected time where there's none of these devices. Otherwise you will lose your children Allah. In the short term you might keep them silent and happy and this and that, but in the long term Allah, you're losing them. And you're not forming any positive relationships with them. Likewise with your wife. And Nabi he used to hate speaking after Isha. But that was with the community. With his wife Aisha, he used to have conversations at the night. So this is the level that is mustahab, that is preferred. That you keep these relationships and you ensure that